We now turn our focus to an article posted by New Atlas about a study from a team of French neuroscientists that's offering new insights into how music listening can provoke strong sensations of pleasure. Thibault Chabin, an author on the study, said, "What is most intriguing is that music seems to have no biological benefit to us. However, the implication of dopamine and of the reward system in processing of musical pleasure suggests an ancestral function for music." And with his perspective on the matter, we check in with the Duke. Dave, how are you?
Good.
So really, what one interesting thing about like with that article, it went on to add ancestral function is certainly mysterious sounding. And he also said that other behaviors trigger similar reward pathways in the brain are more fundamentally related to activities that we clearly need to survive. But listening to music is certainly not the same as eating or mating. But, some can say it's a precursor to it. So what's your thoughts on this?
Man, I just think music is it's just one of the most important things in life. We're all vibrating, everything around us is vibrating and music is vibration. And there was one quote that said that if aliens came down, I don't know who said this, but if aliens came down, musicians would be the first people that they talk to. And I really feel that like math and music is just like it's so ingrained. And yes, it's not food, right? So if like the world ends and like we all are in some cave, but if I'm in that cave, I'm banging on the cave wall. I'm starting to beat straight away, just the way I did it back in public school on the lunchroom desk. But music is so important. And I don't know if you guys saw the lady with the Alzheimer's, the ballerina with the Alzheimer's that's going viral right now. But man, that had tears in my eyes. You know what I mean? About just like her son or whoever that is put music on her, and Alzheimer's affects the brain, so people can't remember things. But he puts the music on her, and like for a second she doesn't know what's going on, but then all of a sudden, like, bam, that Swan Lake hits, and then she just starts doing all her old moves, and it was just like, man, like there's very little there's not many things as powerful as music. And it's just so important that we understand and protect that music. And also the last thing is about, I'm sure you guys can relate to this, but when the first time you heard music and you got those goosebumps, if you can always remember that goosebump moment and just hold on to that moment, that is the most purest moment that there ever was. I don't get goosebumps anymore. I don't know when I stopped getting them, but I will always remember getting them and how important that feeling felt to me first listening to, Nirvana or Led Zeppelin or, Robert Johnson or Pearl Jam or any of the music. Enough's Enough, bands that people maybe it's not so big, but just like when I heard it, Red Hot Chili Peppers or whatever it is, Portishead, I just was like, man, this is it. Like there's not much better than this in the world. And whatever that music is for you, hold on to that feeling, And so it's important that we talk about this on the music industry, podcast, or, it's important that we talk about it. So that's how I feel. Music, very important. Rock and roll. Yes.
Right on. I mean, it's a mood. If you're sad, you can put on a depressing song. You can or put on a happy song or something to just change that mood. But I mean, yeah, I'm with you. There's so many times that you just, and it's not even like maybe even the entire song. It's just like that one part where a singer just like gives it its all, and it's like all of a sudden like the hair sticking up on your arm. It's like, yeah, that's what it's about. That's the feeling. And how does that trigger? I mean, that's like, that's the different drug. That's the different, like, finishing a marathon or doing something unexpected or completely different. Jumping 30 feet into, like the water or something like that. Something that is adrenaline rushing, but yet it's not like overpumping. It's just like this great feeling. So, Dave, speaking of great feelings, I know you were just talking about a great feeling you had. Tell us about something that had to do with the Foo Fighters.
Yeah, so the Foo Fighters were just on Saturday Night Live, and the drummer Taylor Hawkins was wearing a T-shirt by my buddy Dave Navarro. Dave Navarro started a clothing line called Dual Diagnosis. I wanted to just put people onto that, and I actually made the first shirt of that clothing company with Dave in my studio in Brooklyn. So I'm just really proud of Dave for like going into fashion. And when I saw it on Saturday Night Live, I said, man, like wow, like look how much a little idea that we, like I had the littlest part of it, but just to see it in 2018 and now I see it on Saturday Night Live, I said, wow, man. So I just wanted to put people onto like, what Dave's doing with the clothing realm. And, I'm just super proud. And I'm also super proud of you, Peter, because this is also very similar to what you did when you called me up and you say, yo, man, I want to do this show. And now look at it. We got the backgrounds. We got Sam Tall. It's all lining up, man. It's beautiful.